at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll work it. Yard line.
Complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly. Short gain.
A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat on blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Second quarter now, Austin football, as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run. Martin. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down now, it's Pierce. And he'll work free from 1 tackle. Taken down.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
The elusive, slippery guy couldn't get in there, though. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up second.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
1st and 10 at the
on 1st and 10. Washington. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm the quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throwing on 1st down. Washington. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And a 10th carry here for Martin. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Well, very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work this out if it's hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. On 1st down, Washington. They'll rifle this. It's caught at the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 39 yards there, a big one. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And Clemson tacks on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? And now loose football. Lost it. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the deep.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. 9 seconds to play, and likely the final snap of the 1st half as it's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clemson fans right now saying Tommy who, because it has been all Tigers here as we reach halftime at Arlington.
Bro. Freaking. Stupid.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the 2nd half of this semifinal matchup. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Martin, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the the 26.
No.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I threw it to him. He wasn't.
On the carry, this is Pierce. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
A run here with Pierce. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Pierce, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Warner from the gun. And that is incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The punter for Texas out on the field as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
I tell you, he always kill it.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he's going to tackle inside his 10-yard line. May hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, Jewell. And he's got room. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Jewell, 87 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
For the extra point.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No doubt it's on the offense.
Should have been a fumble, but
He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Listen, casualties at times.
Okay, stop him right here.
Officially,
They got
no
a
gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
I don't know if I am.
Loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You got to figure the further they fall behind,
I don't think I am.
the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And Charles, look, I mean, coming into this one, you and I, we didn't know what to expect. This could have certainly been a disaster, nothing short of it. But this young man under center, he has certainly risen to the occasion.
He certainly has, and we certainly prepared in case it was the disaster that maybe it could have been. But there's no question, he's been the star of the show. But while we say that, let's make sure we remember what
he's got daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Big play there.
You intern.
And this offense is running away with this one. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away.
Taking me, buddy.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This offense so far on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Warner. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now, this may be one of those games as a quarterback where you just want to go home, draw the curtains, get the ice cream out of the freezer, stay home till Wednesday.
Yeah, but I wouldn't advise that because if you stay home till Wednesday, the backup's going to have your job on Tuesday. All right, so I would say get out of bed, but I understand the sentiment. What a tough go for him. Defense, active all game long, foiled everything he tried to do, and then finished it off in a big way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you're run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
Operating from the gun, Warner, and able to find Green. Past the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know the
touchdown Longhorns. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
28-yard line.
in my direction.
The Tiger offense ready to get
Oh,
after
God,
it
that's
one
a
more
good
time.
time.
And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them
Maybe. He stepped out. Are you kidding me, Madden? Bro. Tay, tell me if he stepped out, bro. I promise you this dude did not step out.
Because there's a breakdown in communication.
How did he step out?
When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Get off my block. Bro, he did not step out, bro.
First down, a 16-yard gain.
Man,
let me put my comments on, because I don't feel like... Alright, I'm gonna put my comments on.
But somehow he was able to
he did not step out.
For a gain.
This is a touchdown right here. I like them slants.
First and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Touchdown. Oh my God. Replay.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. From the gun, Washington forced out to his left, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they just continue to roll. And Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Fields it in the middle.
Stop taking a knee.
Come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, what are you going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Operating from the gun.
Boy got knocked up, boy. Stop playing with him, boy. What? Stop playing with him.
Having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a
Stop playing with young blood.
Waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it. Because
stop playing with young blood. Bang, 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 bow.
And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
In my direction.
Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That's a pick, bro. That was literally in my hand.
48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Order to throw. They set up the screen to Martin. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Draw play. This is Martin. It's a game. With still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Again, it's Martin. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So on the strength of 2 touchdown passes courtesy their junior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
I was you last week. I know exactly what you're going through.
You didn't have to sit through this championship game, though.
No, but I did sit out our first state title game. That wasn't easy to do.
For all I know, this could be my only shot at it.
Then I guess we'll just have to do this all over again next season, huh?
Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks.
Who rained on your parade, Little Miss Sunshine?
I am not in the mood for this right now.
It's because you...
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the Clemson Tigers. Now the pressure perhaps getting to this young quarterback. Clemson trails at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. And we'll keep you updated as we receive more information. The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The Oregon Ducks looking for that elusive first national title. Of course, they've been in the National College Football Playoff before behind Marcus Mariota following the 2014 season. And they beat Florida State that year before falling 42-20 in the championship game. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you, too.
He's got a man, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Jay on Whiteside. 75 yards. And Clemson has taken the lead. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. Then Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, One thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
I just remember when we left that room, you said two things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Running again, and again it's Ferguson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the gun on 3rd down, Barrett. Buying time to his left. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll hand it off to Ferguson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Right back to Ferguson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11. It's a gain of 34.
That's how you get right up off of the map, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. Complete to Myers, the tight end. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, here's Barrett. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, since he's coming to the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, and it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks, and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Throwing after the interception, Barrett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Remember, Charles, with Tommy Matthews under center, they weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. They had a single field goal, but he exits the game at half. And this offense since then, they've been on fire. That's the third touchdown in the second half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped in there on you there, partner, but you're exactly right. I was thinking the same thing you were. On fire. Third touchdown in the second half. He's taken his offense and squarely put it on his back, and he is actually carrying them, and what they believe, to the national championship podium.
Well, time will tell if they will be on that podium and hoisting that trophy. And this carries into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. They are looking to make a... Bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
No gain on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. And Myers has it over the middle. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Good. 4.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Barrett looks to throw on first. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score. The Clemson Tigers 31, Ducks 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
5-yard line.
On 1st down, Barrett to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Having awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and gut. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
Get it hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
This is taken at the 15. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
To throw again on second down. Barrett. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And now he's going to use his legs. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for two here.
Conversion.
From the gun, Washington being chased out left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
Gain of 7.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The Ducks come up now 1st and 10. They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback as thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak Kids was out there in the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe.
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person.
Oh, man. That's so cool. Thanks so much for coming and bringing this.
You kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for anything. Coach and the guys did their best. They waited as long as they could, but no one knew when you might wake up, so they had to catch their flights back. I told Coach I wasn't about to split up the Heartbreak Kid, so I stay behind, make sure you were all right.
Thanks, man. I'm just glad you're here.
But hey, they did leave you the trophy. They wanted to make sure you had it when you woke up. How you feeling, buddy?
Like a sack of crap.
It's funny, because that's exactly what I was going to say you look like.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
She say what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for that, I'd be the pinnacle of health.
Please.
Hey, seriously. You gotta start cleaning up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
Really? Right now? Yeah. Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No. I was just suspecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute.
Okay, Coach.
Actually, I'm here to talk to you about next season.
Yeah, sure, talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's
something good, I hope.
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy, for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the third round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. I appreciate the faith, Coach, but if I'm gonna play QB at the next level, seems like leaving now is my only shot.
That's probably true.
Wow. I did not expect all this to come to a head so soon.
Well, anything you need, just call. And when those NFL coaches come calling, trust that I'll have your back.
So, the NFL Combine. I spent so much time preparing for it, but some things you can't ever really say you're ready for. That's how the week felt to me. No. No. This cannot be happening. Okay. Oh, man, okay. Think. What's the last place you looked at them?
If you knew where you last saw them, they wouldn't be lost now.
And I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but they're a little damp. They're like really damp. Did you go swimming in these?
Thought you said you were a fan. If you were, then you'd know I just ran my annual Run Rich Run 40 for charity.
Right. How'd it go?
Let's just say my days of keeping up with Saquon Barkley are behind me. Maybe you'll fare better than I did out there.
What was your time?
5.98, baby.
Well, I can't do any worse. I've seen statues move faster than that.
All right, well, I want you to go out there and post a time of at least 4.6. Think you could swing that?
With as much adrenaline as I have coursing through my veins right now from trying to find my cleats, there's no way I don't beat the Combine record. I tell you what, I'll be even faster. Just watch.
Now that is what I like to hear. You're going to be helping those kids at St. Jude more than you know. Go get them, champ. Hope those shoes bring... Welcome to another exciting edition of the NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Rich Eisen, and I'll be your tour guide as we meet the next crop of elite NFL talent. We're going to start things off with my personal favorite, the event that can break the spirit of any man, the 40-yard dash. First up, we've got one half of America's darlings, the Heartbreak Kids, an intriguing draft prospect to say the least. We'll see him up next for the skills portion of this year's NFL Scouting Combine.
Okay. Let's go.